pretty fun. The format definitely feels a lot different, but this has been the deck I've been kind of working the most on so far. This is, you know, a Pioneer version of the Red-Black Anvil deck, Rakdos Sacrifice deck. You get a lot of the same cards you play in the modern version. And this is already a pretty established archetype. I think the one big thing I'm kind of doing differently than most people is I'm playing Shrapnel Blast. Most lists aren't playing this card, but I think Shrapnel Blast is a very good in the modern version, very good here. Most people are playing Fatal Push kind of instead, and I just like I don't even think, I think you're good against most of the decks that Fatal Push is good against already, and then like when Blue-White Control seems to be like the most popular deck in the format, it's kind of like a no-brainer to me to be on Shrapnel Blast, and also like the Lotus Field deck, closing out the matchup there. Just kind of like a no-brainer, I think, to play this card instead. I'm also playing Jegantha and not playing Meathook Massacre. I thought Meathook Massacre was good, but I felt like once I added the Shrapnel Blasts, the Meathook Massacres weren't that necessary, because they kind of did a pretty similar thing. I think Shrapnel Blast did it better, and you get a companion. Also, most lists were only playing like either 4 Synthesizer or 4 Implements. I'm pretty happy with like 6 1-mana artifacts to sacrifice when you're playing 4 Deadly Dispute and 4 Shrapnel Blast. Any modern this week? It'd be Pioneer week. I think we'll probably be back to modern like tomorrow. To be honest, we'll see. Today's gonna be a day completely full of Pioneer, I think. Hold on. But you know, it's definitely the case that it's just gonna take some time for me to learn the format, and I spent all weekend playing. I really only have like 3 decks prepped at this point, and I don't know that I'll be able to get another one prepped for tomorrow. So we'll see. I'll probably play Modern tomorrow, but you kind of, I guess, no guarantees either way. See Massacre to work a second. Yeah, I think Meathook Massacre is good in the deck. It is good in the deck, but I also think that the effect is less necessary with the Shrapnel Blasts, and you lose Jegantha as a companion. But obviously, like, I do think the card is good. I do think it's playable. Play with fire. Playing able like modern last night with Goblin Injury Sunday, I couldn't win a single game. Lost a combo I couldn't interact with all the time. Well, in those matchups, for at least if this you're playing the version I was working on, in the combo matchups you're trying to race, I think you do have like some sideboard cards with Thoughtseizes and Magus of the Moons. But my condolences. I think I'm taking the Bone Crusher Giant. A weird hand. Yeah, Lurrus is banned in Pioneer as well, yeah. Interesting, they just played the Den of the Bugbear instead of getting their 3-drop down. You know, one like pretty surprising thing I've learned from playing Pioneer is that a 3-mana 3/3 is actually, this card is actually like really hard to kill. They're like most of the red removal does 2 damage, and Revolt is not the easiest to get on Fatal Push. 3-mana 3/3s are actually like surprisingly resilient in this format. I wouldn't play Money Pile. I would play so if I was gonna play Money Pile, I would just play the non-elemental version, or one of the non-elemental versions. There's plenty of them. Okay, Monastery Swift Spear. That's a pretty good draw. So let's go and just start off, I think, with Deadly Dispute sacking Blood Token, dealing 1 to the Swift Spear. Okay. Then why don't we go Epicure. Pay 2 for Blood Crypt, sack the Blood Token, kill the Swift Spear. Bioprodigy, the 4 months, appreciate ya. Create on the hiatus from MTGO, enjoy the stream. Glad you liked the stream. Enjoy your hiatus. Thank you for the resub. Which Jund list, if any, will want the Triumph from Saga, Boomer, Sat Company, Unearth, Shadow Traverse? I think probably Boomer, Saga, and maybe Unearth, maybe not Unearth. I guess I'm going to kill the Den in their beginning of combat step. Yeah, you know, this has kind of been my impression of Pioneer for a long time. Is like black is just like, I don't know. Like, I feel like the cheap interaction is just not quite there, and maybe that's just because I have a little bit of a bias for like the decks I like to play in Modern, but I have kind of felt like it's an issue. Well, they concede to the Synthesizer. It's kind of a weird spot to concede. They didn't even see what I was gonna get. I think I'm gonna play just push over Thoughtseize against this mono red deck and call it. I really dislike that most of these Anvil. I tried out version with Thoughtseize and push in the main deck, but like I think that people doing that are just kind of suffering from Pioneer syndrome, where it's like, oh, I'm playing a black deck. I need to play 4 Thoughtseize, 4 Fatal Push every single time, all the time, baby. But I just feel like it was just too many anti-synergistic cards. Harvard Yard, 29 months, appreciate ya. Nexus, I got 16 months, appreciate ya. Pioneer, sad face. Listen, guys, I don't. These are not helpful comments. Pioneer is a Pro Tour format. I'm going to be playing some amount of it. I have not abandoned Modern. I have not abandoned Modern. But if you're not interested in Pioneer, you don't have to watch the stream. You can just, you know, unfollow or wait till I stream some more Modern, which is probably going to happen tomorrow. I know Croxa. So what I don't like about Croxa is that Croxa seems to be like mainly good against like the grindy matchups, right? It's mainly good against blue-white control. And my biggest issue is blue-white control brings in a lot of rest in pieces against you. So I don't think Croxa is super synergistic game 1. It's not a card that I'm like that interested in playing game 1. And it's like a fine sideboard card, but the problem is like they bring in graveyard hate against you. So I don't even think it's like a particularly good sideboard card. In fact, my plan against like I like trim 1 cat in my 2 implements against oh, interesting. Dude, Eidolon's so good here. But yeah, I trim some of my graveyard cards against the graveyard focus decks. Calm down, Matthew. Thank you for 23 months. Appreciate you. What is Pioneer? Pioneer is another, I don't know if this is a serious question, but Pioneer is another Magic format that is Return to Ravnica Onward, and it has its own ban list, including the Khans of Tarkir Fetches are banned. BMF, thank you for the 9 months. Claudio with the 3 months. Hello, hello. Eliza with the 16. Thank you so much, guys. I think I'm going to Synthesizer here. Obviously, the Eidolon is a huge problem, and I probably just have to... Okay, I probably just have to... Should I sack the Synthesizer? I'm gonna sack the Synthesizer this turn. I might as well do it now. Obviously, this Fatal Push was a great hit. Mediocre Master is so overpriced. Yeah, it's overpriced. I also think it's like, I play tested with it. It's good in the deck. It is a good card in the deck, and you definitely want to play it in some metagames. But I don't really like it very much when I'm perceiving like the top decks of this format to be like, blue-white control is by far the deck I played against the most. I also played against a lot of Lotus Field, and I just am not like that hyped about playing the card in kind of that environment. And especially when like once I added the Shrapnel Blast, which I kind of think are better, like I felt like I just wanted to bring the curve down a little bit and just not even play that kind of effect at all, to be honest. Hoff, thank you for the Twitch Prime, appreciate ya. Okay, we hit a Deadly Dispute off the Synthesizer. I think I'll just use that and sack Synthesizer. Obviously, we need to find some stuff here. Fatal Push definitely qualifies. Not hitting a land, though, that's pretty bad. I think I'm actually going to kill Kari Zev, because I can just, like, block and sacrifice against the Chain Whirler. I'm glad you like the channel, Dry Cereal. Welcome, welcome. Arcbound with the 11 months. So many resubs today. Yeah, Meathook is definitely more of a commander card, or like, you know, it's expensive largely because of commander, but it is good in Pioneer. I don't want to like pretend like I don't think the card's good. Okay, so we go up to 9. Gonna take 5 down to 4. By brewing around, yeah, I've been brewing some. I've been mostly just like tweaking more established decks. This is something that I don't know how I forgot this, but it just takes longer than 1 weekend to learn a format. It just takes some time to figure out a new format, you know. I guess I should have sacked the first implement for... No, I wanted to trigger both anvils, that's right. Going to take some time to realign. QT with the 4 months, CDEF with the 7th, appreciate you. Yeah, let's take a look at the Greasefang. I did, yeah. I actually watched Todd Anderson like play a lot of the Greasefang decks, like a couple months ago. I think that Esper is the best version. I'm not 100% sure though, and like that's pretty high on my to-do list to try to like work on those decks. But I also feel like those decks have been worked on pretty hard. Fuck. Okay, we do have a Shrapnel Blast for that. So we're gonna... I think I should keep a Construct over an Epicure because I can sack it for... Just gonna keep Constructs over Epicure because I can sack them to Anvil. Okay, so we'll Shrapnel Blast the Ferocidon. Okay, is this not a May ability? Shoot. Okay, so let's get a little fancy. I'm gonna go Deadly Dispute, sack the Blood token. Now this ability has triggered for the first time, and I can Shrapnel Blast to kill the Ferocidon without taking any damage from the Ferocidon. Okay, and we've got 3 blockers. Probably just want to play the Oven here. Maybe it's good to play the Epicure off the Treasure token. They got no cards in their hand. Probably did 2 Chain Whirler anyways. Yeah, I think we're just playing Pioneer today. Probably gonna return to Modern tomorrow. I spent all weekend on Pioneer, and I just like don't know exactly where I'm at with the format, but I at least like prepped enough content for 1 stream. It was like a pretty bad return though. Like I grinded like Friday, Saturday, Sunday to get 3 decks together for today's stream, and I don't know. We'll see where things go, but it didn't feel like a great return on my time. I definitely will be playing more, but it's just kind of like to be determined how much that's going to be going forward, I guess. I'm trying to think if I want to sack this construct to make a food or not. I feel like, is the food better than killing the 1/1? Because I feel like we do kind of need to get some board control going. I'll just kill the 1/1. Is the Pioneer from this weekend online? I don't know. It's probably, yeah. There's online tournaments every weekend. I am liking the format though. It does feel good to kind of play a lower powered format. Because I've just been playing Modern for so long now. Dog through the 6 months, appreciate ya. Got another Anvil, that's huge. It's really big. Okay, so maybe here I just go Epicure. And then I sack here. I guess, sorry, maybe there's a better way to do this, probably. I do want to get some food. Gaining me life here. Play the Den of the Bugbear pass. Got a blood token next turn to start the Anvil train. Can go block, sack. Potato with the 6 months, appreciate ya. The Lotus Field deck is quite annoying to play against. Yeah, I agree. Like the Lotus Field deck is kind of like the one surviving remnant of like when I quit playing Pioneer. I loved Pioneer back when it was right before Theros came out. There was like a super defined metagame that was like that had a big ebb and flow that was pretty interesting, I felt. And then Theros came out, and with Theros came Heliod for Heliod Ballista combo, Inverter for Inverter Thoughteize Oracle combo, Uro for like the mid-range decks to like only ever be Uro decks. And then the Lotus Field deck got Underworld Breach. But Lotus was already like quietly one of the best decks. Oh, dude, we got an oven for our cat. Let's go. But Lotus Field was already quietly a great deck in Modern. And wait, my opponent's at 6? When did that happen? Alright, Anvil, good and Pioneer, huh? Snurb, thank you for the Twitch Prime, appreciate you. Did we not want to start Cat Loop? Well, I was just starting off with the Blood token, but, you know, it was over no matter what, really. It's also the case that what am I trying to say? Hold on. I think I keep this. It's like a little dopey. You need to draw black source. Like when I was first testing the it was ugly. It was like really ugly. Like my first 5 hours in the Pioneer, like I was really fumbling around. I didn't really know what was going on. It would not have been good content. I promise you, it would not have been good content. It did take me like a decent amount of time to like start getting back into the swing of things. Okay, I guess we take the Oath of Nissa, try to fight their mana. Thank you, Horsuit. Rective Sacrifice, another Pioneer version. Whisper Squad. Search your library for a card in Whisper Squad, put it on the battlefield, tap, then shuffle. That card's cool. So obviously this version's going a bit bigger, right? I do have a really big soft spot for Priest of the Forgotten Gods. I will say, however, I think it's probably not good to be very in on... Oh, too bad I can't cast that. I think it's a bad plan to be like really in on 2 toughness creatures in Pioneer. Like 2 mana, 2 toughness creatures, I think is a really bad spot to be. Okay, let's play an Anvil this turn. Pass back. Yeah, 2 toughness, 2 mana creatures that you have to untap with are just so much worse than the 3 toughness creatures. There's like a million billion shocks, and then like dies to non-revolted Fatal Push, as opposed to any 3 toughness creature, which is kind of like why I like not being in on like, you know, this and Judith and this style of shell. Let's just start off on the synthesizer. That being said, I'm not saying that this is a bad card, but I am saying that it's probably not the best plan. Okay, get another Thoughtseize off. Definitely taking the Karn. Hopefully they stumble on mana a little bit. We're gonna be pretty toast otherwise. Yeah, so I'm not sure how good Whisper Squad is. I kind of like it. It does seem pretty mana intensive, but I do kind of like it. I think I'd also like to cut the Judiths and generally lower the mana curve here. I'm not sure exactly what I'd want to see as far as like a lower mana curve go, or if you did want to play another 3-drop, maybe like 2 copies of the Fable of the Mirror Breaker would go a long way. I think Fable is a pretty strong card. I think it actually has a lot of synergy here too. I think I'm firing with Din. If they want to trade Hydra for Din, that's fine. And then if they block a 1/1, I just sack it to the oven, then sack the food token to an anvil. Okay. Oh wait, does that actually accomplish anything? I guess it's just actually better to sack to the anvil, huh? Okay, so opponent goes down to 13. You got a Shrapnel Blast, got 2 anvils. Feeling pretty good. Maybe you want to play the 4th claim to Firstborn, maybe you don't, but I feel like this is like one of the better payoffs for being like kind of this bigger version. I see you have the 3rd and 4th on the side. That's probably an okay way to do it. I might play, if you're gonna play 4 Graveyard Hate spells, I probably would play 4 Leyline of the Voids, just cause like that card's way better against Phoenix than Lantern is. That's like the main matchup you want the Graveyard Hate for. I also see that like most people play. Oh, you have no Din of the Bugbear? So most people do this 2 Din to a Hive. I've been really happy with 3 Din. 3 Din. But I also like freely admit that I'm like historically like way higher on Din of the Bugbear than most people are, I guess. Okay, just gonna do the same thing we did last turn. Skit, thank you for the 3 months, appreciate ya. Burke through the Twitch Prime, appreciate you as well. Okay, so now we get to turn this into an artifact. Hit my opponent for 6, and blast them. I'm just gonna show them that they're dead, obviously, because we've got the anvil taps. See if they want to concede. They're gonna make me tap. Okay. I don't think that this matchup is very good. I think this is like one of the matchups I'm not super excited to see, but obviously you can still win. Mayhem Devil, if you get it down early enough, can be very, very strong. But I think I've been in this matchup trimming on Cat Oven, trimming the 4th copy of Deadly Dispute, and then trimming the 4th Synthesizer. Expected you to like Lotus Combo. I've played lots of Lotus Combo. I've played lots of it. I like the thing about Lotus Combo is like Like, the win conditions have kind of changed, but I'm not, like, super excited to play it, because I think that of all the decks in Pioneer, I actually kind of think Lotus Combo is the most tuned archetype, and, all the biggest brained Pioneer players play it. And so it's like, I'm just like, of all the Pioneer decks, like, that's the one I'm, like, kind of least excited to work on, because I've just played so much of it. Like, I know that a lot of people maybe don't know this, but, like, this was at one point, like, a Pioneer-only stream, and, I think I'm gonna go after the payoffs here. I guess I could go after Elf here, then Thoughtseize both Karns, although I can't double Thoughtseize next turn. If they draw a land, I can't. So maybe I just go after the Karns here. Dex, thank you for the gifted sub. Appreciate you. Yeah, 2 gifted subs for Deck Tech. The 2 gifted subs. Enchantress and Pioneer. Okay. I get. So this is just. I get all the Pioneer deck techs that I've been putting off. I haven't given any thought to how I might build an Enchantress deck. I know that I would never play 3 copies of Beseiju in Pioneer. Like, I don't think this effect is that strong, and like the downside of having all of these legends is, in my opinion, certainly enough to like not make me want to put 3 copies in my deck. Alright, we'll see how good my opponent is at top decking. I do like Generous Visitor. I like Asolith of Lifesbounding, Destiny Spinner, Cetessan Champion. Oh, dude, they immediately top deck a 5-mana Planeswalker. Okay, go game 3. Immediately top decking the 5-mana Planeswalker. I feel like this list looks pretty good. I will say, what is that? What is the? I guess the 2-mana 2/2 that discounts enchantments by 1. You don't want to play that card. You don't actually have that many generic mana. I think this looks pretty good. I like this card a lot. I like that you're playing 10 protection effects. So if you count the shelter. Yeah, I would just get these down to 1 copy each. I would get these down to 1 copy each. Maybe you can do 2 white lands, 2 green man lands, something like that in this deck. Yeah, I like not playing the slow land. I like Calyx a lot. I like the March of Other Lights in the sideboard a lot. I'm not sure about if I like these Myth Realize. I would probably play the 3rd Rest in Peace too. I might even play the 4th Deafening Silence, to be honest. Like, I am scared of the Lotus Field deck, and I feel like your deck is... I guess you're pretty aggressive. Maybe you're fine against it. But I am scared of the Lotus Field deck. Okay, I'm gonna actually keep this, and... This hand is so good if we just draw a land off the top, but... It's probably, I think, better to just guarantee the turn 2 Anvil. Oofta, the 10 months. Awesome with the 29. Thank you, guys. Let me play the Anvil this turn. Hopefully they don't go too crazy. I've won every single Lotus Field match. Yeah, if that's the case, then like, don't ignore that feedback. So I can go Mayhem Devil, sack Anvil to itself, kill the Elvish Mystic, which is I almost feel like is like my best chance to win this game. I hate losing the Anvil here, but Kiora is very powerful. I need to pressure it. I need to pressure their mana this turn. I need to get a board state going. Implement sack. Implements sack that can't deal damage to creatures. Only players or planeswalkers. Yeah. Have I tried the Time Machine Lotus deck? I haven't tried it. I've played against it a lot. I think the deck is good. I think that people still underrate it. I think that people definitely underrate it. Okay, Werewolf Pack Leader. Oh my gosh, what an incredible draw. So I can go Cat Oven. Oh, that's only 2 triggers. Shoot. Do I just attack Kiora with the Construct and then see what happens? I think so. I think I play the Epicure. over the one of the implements. Voldaren Oven, sack Voldaren, and sack Blood Token. It costs mana to sack Blood Token. I can't do all that. Voldaren Oven, sack Voldaren, sack Blood Token. Yeah, I mean that's still only 2. If I could do that, but then that's the same amount of Mayhem Devil triggers. That's still only 2 Mayhem Devil triggers. This is also 2 Mayhem Devil triggers. Yeah, apparently Modern's dead. Oh boy. Well, this stinks. I guess I am dealing 2 to the Kiora. Karn is obviously really good against us. Need to work on Phoenix. Current builds look super loose. I think that there is room for innovation, yeah. So my opponent minuses the Karn, we can't attack it, so they just plus, and we are in a horrible shape. That is certainly one of the best draws. I think what I'm going to try to do here is find a Fatal Push. Failed to find Fatal Push. So now I think I do have to send everything in at the Karn. And, you know, just accept that they're going to trade here. But that turns off their Devotion for the Nykthos. And I can top deck a land for a man land next turn. Probably play an Implement. Doesn't really matter that much. Could have waited on bringing back the cat in order to ping the Karn instead. No, Karn shuts off the... oh, no, cat... Oh, sorry, the cat... Sorry, it's the cat's activated ability. You're right, sorry. Yes. I forgot that it's the cat's activated ability, not the foods. Yes, you're right. Sideboard and the sideboard worth it? I mean, obviously I'm still trying to figure out the deck, trying to figure out the sideboard plans. I have found this matchup to be not great. I don't know that Dreadbore is the card. Yeah, I don't know that I feel like Dreadbore is like the card to solve the problems. They've got 4 cards in their hands. Untapping some mana. Old Growth Troll is pretty bad. If I draw a land, I can kill the Karn with Hive of the Eye Tyrant. It is a problem, though, that they've got a lot of Devotion for next turn, and there's not really anything I can do about it. I didn't draw a land. I think we're taking the L. I will, you know, pass, but I think it's pretty over. I consider hidden stockpile for the deck, or we're getting lost in the sauce. 3-color decks in Pioneer are like hard to do, and I do think that playing stockpile and Anvil would be cool, but I don't think that the mana in the format supports it, especially when Rakdos' mana is not only good, but you get to play a lot of utility lands. I see the 5 Flavors of Shadow and the 4/1 deck dump. I actually almost never look at the deck dumps. I did look through the Pioneer deck dumps, but you know, I'm very lucky that I have people in my chat always like sending me the cool decks when they happen, so I don't really have to go digging myself. But playing Implement, sack Implement to draw 3. Well, we can't sack the Implement. But I would like to do anything for sure. Think any of the Pioneer Challenger decks are worth it? I bet that Tolarian Community College has some like worth it like financial wise videos. But I don't actually know what's in there, so I have no idea. Oh, is this not? I thought it connected to my headphones. Maybe I don't have a Bluetooth on. They have 5-color humans. I think the humans deck is pretty good. So I like the Storm of the Festival card a lot. Obviously, we played a lot of... I won a PTQ one time with the mono-green Devotion deck. I was messing around with it recently. I know that most people are cutting Burning Tree Emissary. I feel like I still want to be on it, because like this card just enables so many nut draws still. And my plan was that I liked Cavalier of Thorns plus Storm the Festival, because Cavalier mills you 5 and can like mill over like your flashback Storm the Festival. So I feel like these 2 cards had a lot of synergy. We're probably gonna play this deck later today too, but this is one of the decks I was working on. Bloodbraid Elf is back, baby! Just kidding. I don't think. Probably not. This card's great, though. This card's really, really good. It is removal, graveyard hate, card draw. A phenomenal combo for a modern charm. Let's freaking go, dude. That card is awesome. This card is so much better. It's like embarrassingly better than the other charms. It's like it's, oh man. Beer Trebs redeemed a hat. Do you have a hat preference or want me to choose? This card is crazy. This card is absurd. I don't understand how it's this good. I am happy though. Okay, because we're gonna give this a chump block. Yeah, I had the beard choose a hat though. Is the hat redemption not set to like have you guys pick a input text or no? Does that have that? So I make a token, they can fading hope it. So, yeah, I'll let them draw a card. Yeah, this card I think was very well designed. It reminds me of Boros Charm a lot, to be honest, where maybe this is not a good comparison, but it has two really good modes in exile target player's graveyard and then like sack the highest mana value creature or planeswalker, but then it also has like an end of turn draw 3. Where it's like the Boros Charm is not a good comparison, but it has like two good modes and one great mode. Is kind of what I was getting at. Okay, Implement of Combustion. It's play, it's not cast. Is it Charm much better? Well, Is it Charm has like three medium modes. Like this has two good modes and one great mode. We're gonna hit 3 lands off of it every time. Just clear those lands away, huh? Okay, so does this get flying? Becomes a flying counter 4/4. Okay. I need a Shrapnel Blast to deal with that, I suppose. Ascendant Spirit seems very strong. I feel like Charms being instant is too much. Well, one other thing about the Jund decks is like they have nothing but like good 3-drops, and the Jund decks also don't play at instant speed so much. But I like the card a lot. I don't think it's a bad design. Okay. I think I'm sacking the token to the Deadly Dispute. Definitely don't mind drawing a cat here. Oh, whoops. Sorry, I obviously need to tap the black mana for the cat. I guess we're gonna play the Epicure off the treasure then, and then sack the blood token to loot away this. We have another Deadly Dispute for next turn. Okay. Pass. Is it better than Kolaghan's Command and Jund? I think yeah. I think yes. At least in the main deck. Maybe it depends on the metagame. Yeah, killing Murktide is huge. Boba, thank you for 3 months. Appreciate you. Poor Liliana's gonna be put on the shelf. Maybe yeah, maybe not. This maybe gets played over Seasoned Pyromancer. That's true. This card is not great against Hammer, although you can hold it up and end of turn draw some cards still. That's what's great about charms like this is like worst case scenario. Like at the very least, you can use this card to No, I'm losing my train of thought. At the very least, you get to use this card to draw cards. So, like, it's never bad in any specific matchup. Yeah, I'm trying to think if I want to bring the cat back into turn, if I'm going to attack with it, or if I want to save it for Mayhem Devil, possibly. I think I'd probably just leave... Yeah, I think I'm probably just not, like, going to be super focused on attacking here. I'll also sack this now to pad my life total as much as I possibly can. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So anyways, I started blasting. I'm gonna just kind of wait till my opponent's instep because they have this Fading Hope and they also have the, or so my opponent's upkeep. They also want to like activate this. That's true. That I agree that Charm is maybe incentivizes you to play. I guess I probably should have attacked with Epicure. That Charm does incentivize you to play. Or I guess was it better to? I mean, if they just like don't, they're gonna use their mana, and if they don't, that's okay. Yeah. So I have 1, 5, 6 activations. I think I'm supposed to try to kill this. So we go. Sack the food token. Ping. Don't you only get servos on my own turn? Yeah, but they're gonna do something with their mana, and if I do, it's also not the end of the world if I don't get a servo. Or construct. Same thing. 1/1 no abilities. They don't have a rattle chains, do they? No! Dang it. So now I am not dead. But not as in nearly good shape as I wanted to be in. Any interest with Noda with Fable, the Mirror Breaker, and Combat Celebrant? I don't know. I feel like Combat Celebrant's like pretty win more. You also don't... Do you get to exert Combat Celebrant if you put it into play off Winota? Because I'm not actually sure that you do. Okay, this is 7 damage right now. Yeah, Fable's a really good card. It's hard to imagine like too many Pioneer decks just get like a lot worse because you put Fable, the Mirror Breaker in it. Are all the decks we face normal meta decks? What do we play against in round 1? I can't remember. I haven't seen this deck yet. It's pretty interesting though. The mono green deck is, yeah. What do we play against in round 1? Oh, Burn, yeah. That deck's pretty popular, yeah. This meeting about the legal companion. Your thoughts? I think we actually did a deck for this exact list, or no, something very similar. Okay, don't play more than 1 Beseiju and Pioneer. You guys are out of your mind. Okay, and then okay, so this version is a bit different because it's playing this card. It's a bit bigger. It seems like okay. I don't understand. Do you have tutor effects? Why are you playing like so many like weird 1-ofs? Can we maybe get the other list we did a deck tech for posted? Because I really liked that list. Kind of just want to like show you that one and tell you to build that. Oh, maybe should I have Thoughtseized first? I guess I should have Thoughtseized first. I definitely should have Thoughtseized first. Wait, am I presenting lethal though? 4 pings, 2 cat triggers. Yeah, I have 8. Yeah, I should have definitely Thoughtseized first. This is a huge punt. Sorry. Read Light Pause. Light Pause is the tutor? Okay. Again, this is just like... it's just going to take me some time to... they're going to phase something out here. It's going to take me some time to learn all the cards. What are they phasing out? They're phasing out the Anvil. Okay, that's fine. Okay, obviously, I should have done this on there first. Just kind of do the deck tech. Got a little distracted. Yeah, and we lose. Okay, this is gonna be kind of a hard deck to wrap my brain around too. Let me bring in the pushes here. Probably go into like 2 Thoughtseize, and then I think trim 1 Synthesizer, 1 Implement. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think this is interesting. I think that you probably have the problem where you're playing too many tutor targets. I think this is a really, really common problem deck builders have, where they have one toolbox card that they're kind of built around, and then they've got way too many tutor targets. But like, maybe Conviction's actually really good because you get to return it and rebounce it. But like, how often are you getting Cartouche of Solidarity? How often are you getting Ruin of Remembrance? How often are you getting Sentinel's Eyes? Like, maybe you do get these cards. I don't know. How often, you know, do you need 3 Alpha Authority? Is this one of your better enchantments? I don't know. But I just feel like it looks like to me you have too many different tutor targets. I don't seem to know like which ones are terrible though. It's kind of my inclination that having your Light Pulse Hexproof does seem pretty good. I guess one question is like, why would you ever get All That Glitters over an Ethereal Armor? Does it have to be a different name? Different name. So like maybe I would just play like, I would probably play the 4th Ethereal Armor over the 1st, 2nd All That Glitters. Champion should be Shrom. Oh, I think I agree with that. Shrom over Champion. Yeah, I'm not sure. Like, obviously I don't have an encyclopedic knowledge either of every enchantment aura in Pioneer. I also don't know that I love Commune with Spirits. It can't grab you your Light Paws. I don't think I'd play Commune with Spirits. Needs more All That Glitters and armor. Yeah, maybe just play the full 4 of each. One of my favorite decks in Pioneer. This one's been my favorite so far. I've also been playing this like red-black mid-range deck. I've been playing like mono-green Planeswalkers. Are we going to see more Pioneer now? Well, you're going to see more than 0. You're going to see more than the 0 Pioneer I've been playing. I imagine I'll probably do like 2 Pioneer streams this week. We'll see. We'll just see like how much I like it and like what tournaments there are to prepare for, what ideas I have. You know, ultimately, like, I'm just going to continue to, you know, do what I'm interested in, play what I want. Would I try Phoenix? Yeah, of course. Yeah, the new Jund charm is great. That is the best. It's the best charm by a lot. It's going to be very good in Modern, I think. Think about Sorin being able to cheat in Lord Xander. Well, in Modern, there's better things to cheat in. Not sure about Pioneer. Yeah, I like Graveyard Trespasser. I can pull up the, so I've got 3 decks prepped for today. I spent all weekend grinding Pioneer, and I only got like 3 decks out of it. I'm not even sure like my mono green list is that good. Exelis, like, Twitch Prime, appreciate you, but I did like Cavalier of Thorns plus Storm of the Festival, because you get to like mill yourself to dig for Storm and just kind of never run out of gas. Or like, you know, usually not running out of gas. But I was also messing around with Jund midrange. My list is like pretty similar to like a lot of the standard list. I'm obviously, you know, played 25 lands. A lot of people playing 24. I really like the first main deck, Duress. I also like Ingrath. I didn't like the Sorin that much either. I was testing the Sorin some. I ended up not being that big a fan. See anything spicy? I mean, the format just feels all over the place so far. Cascading into Jump Charms doesn't see that great if the best mode is draw 3. I don't know. But you have multiple choices on the mode, but yeah, I mean, Bloodbraid Alpha is just like still I think not that good in Modern. Like you're just so not incentivized to play a lot of you're really incentivized to play a lot of 1-drops right now, I think, in your Modern Jund decks, and like when that's the case, like your Bloodbraid your Bloodbraids are a lot worse because like, you know, your the average like mana value that you're cascading into is so much lower. Spell costs 1 less if you control spirit, 1 less if you control a... This is a 1 mana leak? What the heck? I've never seen this card. This card is crazy. Am I not a fan of Harvester? I've got... Oh, the 2 mana... Yeah, that card sucks. That card's so bad. I think. Sorry. I'm not speaking with, like, a super authority... you know, a super authority yet, because I'm just still learning out the format, but it is my opinion that that card sucks and is so bad. I just played against it a lot, and I played with it some, and that card just seemed so weak. I really don't understand why it's why it is I think that like they think you need like a really good 2 mana creature, but that has like not in any way been my impression, that you like just need to play a good 2 mana creature. It's just like a 2 mana 3/2, and like the blood token's not like that good. What do you think is the fundamental mindset to have when you play a deck like Red Black Sack? You gotta have that freaking Sigma grind set. You gotta be willing to wake up at 4 a.m., take a cold shower, eat a freaking raw slab of beef, and then listen to words of affirmation for 4 hours in order to play Red Black Sack. I don't know how to answer the question, Shane. I don't know how to answer the question. That's not as helpful as I imagined. Well, it sounds like you don't have what it takes to be a Red Black Sack player. With my opponent's deck, I think it looks really cool. I like it. Since we're playing Experimental Synthesizer through CMCs, we have only three CMC cards in the deck, and this is also Pioneer, not Modern, where like you can just afford to wait a little longer on your synthesizers. In Modern, I think that playing 4/3 drops is like a little much with the synthesizers. You even can do it there, but in Pioneer, it's just fine. Like, I think that this is maybe going to be somewhat common where you guys see me breaking some of like my deck building rules that I have for Modern and Pioneer, but just the formats are really different, and you can afford to have like a slightly higher curve in Pioneer. Okay. Lead on a synthesizer. The card is also like incredibly synergistic, very powerful in this deck. Wouldn't leave home without it. It's kind of a disaster if they have Rattle Chains and I go after Mausoleum Wanderer. Maybe it's a disaster either way. Maybe it's a disaster either way. Okay, they didn't have it, thankfully. Imagine not having it. Yeah, you gotta eat the Ragavans to understand the Ragavans. Maybe it was better to put Jegantha into my hand than to play the Blood Crypt tapped. Not sure. I feel like I just kind of want to keep my life total high when I imagine they've got a pretty hard time dealing with my creatures. This Fabled Passage is too slow. Yeah, I think that you're not that interested. Like I'm not main decking the Fatal Pushes. Obviously, they have synergy with Mayhem Devil. But I think I'm pretty happy just not bothering to play them. Hey Todd. Yeah, I've been enjoying the format so far. I'm still like feel like I'm learning though. But I probably played like 80 matches this week. I had a pretty hectic weekend where I played like 80 matches of Pioneer, and I was also just like, my entire weekend was Pioneer and house stuff. Pioneer, house stuff. Pioneer for a little bit. Go see a house. Go record a video for Pioneer for Channel Fireball. Go see a house. Do some brewing. Go see a house. Put in an offer for a house. Write a bullshit letter to offer on a house. We actually, me and Esther actually put five house offers in last night. And we're just trying to speed run this shit at this point. We're really hoping we get one of them. We had a really hectic day yesterday. We also put one in on Friday and it got rejected. We were third place. We've been like so consistently like third best offer. It's so frustrating. What happens if multiple are accepted? Okay, yeah, I'm becoming quickly a real estate expert. So we can now come to the channel for modern questions, Pioneer questions, Attack on Titan questions, Dark Souls questions, and now the fifth thing I'm good at is real estate questions. So for all of these, you have what's known as an option period. If we get multiple accepted, we're gonna have to pay like a $300 or $400 fine to back out of the contract before the appraisal happens, because we have that option period. So, but I would very happily set $400 on fire to get this whole process over with. What about Elden Ring questions? I have not been playing the Ring at all. Ugh. Oh, sorry, the hat. Who redeemed the hat? I didn't put it on. Did they ever decide what hat to get? Oh no, I had a hat redemption. I just never put one on. It's been like 20 minutes, 25 minutes. Alright, well, I'm sorry whoever it was. I'll put it on. Just yell at me if I miss point redemptions. Ironblood, thank you for the 11 months. Appreciate you. Yeah, I won't make MTG finance, but you should definitely listen to me 100% on house finance questions. Do you think that Attack on Seasons is 4 seasons or 6? It's definitely 6. Okay, did nobody know? Did nobody know that Attack on Titan Season 4 Part 2 was ending? And they're just going to continue with Season 3? Am I the only one that didn't know this? Am I the only one that, like, I think I was expecting the series to end last night, and I'm watching this episode like, how in the world are they gonna end this? How in the world is this the last episode? And then they're just like, okay, it's actually gonna continue next year maybe. Yeah, this is not a spoiler, but there's gonna be a part 3 of season 4. I am fuming. I'm just devastated. It's fine. I will say that season 4 part 2 has been incredibly good. It's been really good. But I'm sure I'm ready to see what happens in the end. I know, don't manga spoilers, please don't spoil me. I read a lot of it. I read until like where like season 3 would be before I got caught up, and just never really got caught back up again. Yeah, I think we have talked about the Jun Charm. I like it a lot. I think it's gonna be very good. But please, Attack on Titan questions only. I just can't talk about the Jun Charm all day. I'm just kidding. We could talk about the Jun Charm all day. No thoughts of looting away the cat there? I think I just like casting it. I think I kind of like just casting the cat again. Like, I think they probably have a protection spell for the push. just get a big beatdown plan going. Maybe with just 1 mana up. Maybe with just 1 mana up, I'm gonna go ahead and cast the Fatal Push on the Rattle Chains. Whether Pioneer next I'm interested in. So I played like 80 matches of Pioneer this weekend. I have 3 decks prepped for today. I have other decks I'm interested in. But today I've got this deck prepped. We're gonna play a few leagues of this, like 2 or 3. And then we're gonna play like 2 or 3, or 1 or 2 of like the Reckless mid-range deck. And if we have time, we'll play like 1 league of Mono Green Devotion. Celtic, leaving the 4 months. Appreciate you. Okay, 2 and 1, 2 and 1. 2 mana 1 toughness creatures are so much better. Yeah, it's just the thing that like there's so much 2 damage removal in Pioneer is why you should stay away from those cards. There's a lot of 2 mana removal. 2 damage removal. Will we be playing Pioneer the whole week? No, definitely not. At least just today. Maybe I think I'll probably do 2, maybe 3 days tops of Pioneer this week. I mean, maybe I'll end up really liking it, but I know my impression so far is that I'm still enjoying Modern more. There's still like a lot to do with Modern and Voice of Research. Yeah, Voice is like obviously like cards that are good against removal, like Voice, are like notable exceptions, but you know, yeah, Voice is good. So playing a Pathway. I think I'm gonna go in Thoughtseize on turn 1. What are the combo decks in the format other than Field? Well, Note is kind of like the most other notable combo deck, but I'm not even sure how much that counts. What days are playing Modern so I know when to tune in? I don't know. I don't have hard schedules like that. I'm sorry. You'll just have to tune in every day or not tune in at all. Or just like look at the title. I think it's bad, like just like the way I do things, where I do like a lot of off-stream prep. I really dislike planning too far ahead, because when you plan too far ahead, that it's so easy to find out that there's something you'd rather play on a different day, but you're committed to playing what you said you'd play on stream. But like, because I'm spending a lot of time off stream trying new stuff, like it's just hard for me to commit too far ahead, because I usually just find something else I'd like to do more than whenever I'm thinking like a few days before. Damn, that was a tad pissy. Your comment's a tad pissy. What the hell? Spike, I need you like 2 degrees friendlier. Just can you bump those? Can you get a little higher? Can you know? Just need I need you to not be so pissy, if you could. Spike, that was a tad pissy. Could you please I don't know. Could you just like suck my entire dick, please? Please, Spike. I don't know. I'm just not feeling it today. I don't know, Spike. That would just really be best for me, I think. I said deck for sure. You know, just talking about decks. About 3-color mana bases in Pioneer, they're doable, but you have to have like a pretty good reason, because the 2 mana bases are so powerful and consistent compared to the 3-color ones. $5 for my additional 3% mood adjustment. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I hope that there's 0 emotions other than high energy and accommodation coming from my tone. Okay, Iteration. If they can find 2 spells off this, they get their Phoenixes back. I don't know if that's going to be enough by itself. Do you like the Shock, Slow, Pathway mana bases? Yeah, I think they're pretty good. I think they're pretty good. Obviously, that's what we have here, right? Yeah, Cursive Iteration is in Pioneer. Wasn't a Modern Horizons card. Was there a particular reason you went with the Red Black Anvil deck to start my foray into Pioneer? I really like the Anvil decks. That's probably not a shock. I've been playing a lot of them in Modern, right? But I also have been... I played like 80 matches this weekend with a lot of different decks, and this was definitely the deck that I felt like was having the most success with. The deck I felt was maybe the most promising. I was really liking this list. Meathook good. Meathook is good, yeah. I'm choosing not to play it because I think the Shrapnel Blast is a bit better, and I think it's a bit better on the curve. But yeah, Meat Hook Massacre is good in the archetype. Literally the only comment you've ever responded to me, lol Spike, you can eat a whole dick seriously. I don't owe you fucking anything. I don't need to respond to your comments. Listen, buddy, I with peace and love, I just don't need that kind of energy in my chat or my life. Like, the fact that that's the only comment I responded to, it doesn't matter at all. And you were the one who came into my chat being rude the first time. I don't owe you anything. You can fuck off. I'm friendly and helpful to people who are friendly. Can we get a mod to ban him? I'm friendly and helpful to people in chat who are friendly and nice here. I don't have any obligation to answer your questions, respond to you, engage with you in any way that I don't feel like. I don't have any obligation to be in a particular mood that you want me to be, an obligation to play any format that you want me to play. You can leave. You can unfollow. Okay, so playing against Phoenix. I'm going to bring in the Lantern of Lost. This is a matchup I really have not been able to figure out at all. Like, I got crushed by it the first couple times, then I crushed it the next couple times. I just don't know how I feel about it. I do feel like the Thing in the Ices are the biggest problem, so I kind of want to be playing the Fatal Pushes. I also think the Mayhem Devils are like pretty fragile, so I end up like cutting them, which is weird because Mayhem Devil is like such an important card for the deck. Maybe I'll do something like 3 Thoughtseize, 2 Duress. I don't know, it's kind of tough. And then like the first blast. Ganon with the 4 months, appreciate you. Lose round 1 with the 7 months, appreciate you too. Someone getting banned for life for some time only. I mean, they could put it in a banned appeal, but they're probably not getting unbanned anytime soon. I don't know. Like, people, you know, I feel like that's like the same energy people have when they like treat a waiter really bad. They're like, oh, your attitude is kind of bad today. You're kind of getting a little pissy today. But like the difference between me and a waiter is that I can yell at you without losing my job. But every single waiter, I'm sure, would also love to tell you off with that kind of attitude. It's just not cool to talk to people like that. And and like it just like the fact that you don't expect that energy to be met. You don't like when you're rude to someone and you like expect that like they like need to they have some obligation to be courteous to you. It's just like it's just so ridiculous. Anonymous Gifter, gifted a sub. Thank you. Sass with the 4 months, appreciate you. T-Banks, the tier 1. How am I liking Pioneer so far? I'm liking it. I think I've been enjoying Modern more, but obviously like it's hard to just like jump into a format, love it without like just spending the time to learn it. But I've been enjoying it so far. T-Banks, converted Prime Gaming to tier 1. Thank you so much. Okay, so I do think that resolving a Fatal Push seems to be a pretty high priority to me, but I think it's probably not going to be that difficult to do. So I'm gonna go for like the resolve the Anvil line here. Get the 1/1. Gonti, thank you for the tier 1. Appreciate you. I'm surprised Phoenix is so good in Pioneer with no looting. I'm like a little bit too. I mean, Phoenix has been around basically since the inception of the format. Kind of wax and wanes on popularity. I actually don't love where the Phoenix deck is in the format currently, to be honest. Where it does really feel like the problem with the Phoenix deck is that there's the blue-white control and Lotus Field seem like 2 of the decks to beat, and I think Phoenix is pretty bad against them. Thank you 9,000 for the cheer. Okay, I'm gonna take the opt. I'm gonna duress. Thoughts on Terrarion? On Implement, Primary King was trying to decide which one a few weeks ago. I think Implement's just better because your mana's pretty good, right? What would the argument be for Terrarion instead? Hey, Curb Bros, happy Pioneer Day to you too. I really tried to. I was working on some Mono Blue Devotion. I'm like, dude, Curb Bros is gonna be so happy if I can make this work, and at the time of making this comment, I am yet to make it work. I am yet to make it work, but maybe one day, huh? I think I should be popping this Lantern to exile their whole graveyard to stop them from cruising. Terrarian cycles for 0. Okay, that's fair, yeah. I don't know, but like this does have an effect when you cycle it. Ariane, thank you for the Twitch Prime. Appreciate you. Am I not playing this weekend? I'm playing this weekend. Why would you think I'm not? Yeah, the Gen Charm is sick. We were talking about it. Lightning Axe killing my cat. It's kind of weird. I guess these are getting bounced with the thing in the ices in theory. Arian Kim? Sorry, I think I mispronounced your name, but thank you for your Twitch Prime. Arian Kim. I have no idea. I'm sorry. No idea on that one. What should I register? I don't know. I probably should figure that out, huh? I don't know what I'm playing in the SCG for this weekend. It's just far too early to tell. Yeah, we're definitely gonna be doing more modern this week, so I can figure out what to play. Dude, playing goblins would be so sick. The new triumphs can bring 3-color decks to Pioneer. I mean, 3-color decks exist in Pioneer. I do think that just like not only are the 2-color mana bases in Pioneer really consistent, but they're also you get to play a lot of like good utility lands in 2 colors, and you like lose that in the 3-color decks pretty hard, I think. So I don't know. I guess I should have sacked the synthesizer first. Play Jun. Yeah, Jun's like, yeah, I'm considering like Jun Saga. I'm not gonna play Reclamation because my friend is borrowing most of my Reclamation cards. But I'm like Jun Saga, Red Black Midrange. I might play Goblins even. I don't know. Yeah, they did find Ops, so they can flip the thing in the ice here. They also found Consider or Abrade. They did take the Abrade, which makes sense. So I'm trying to think what the other decks I was seriously. Yeah, well, I could play Mono Black. I don't think all my cards for Mono Black are in. But I do like the deck. I'm not sure exactly if it's like an excellent choice for a tournament though. I think it's fine. Thank you, 7th. Any chance on Niv to Light Pioneer? I feel like I just like I have a really hard time wrapping my head around like the Niv mana base like Nassif does, and I just haven't played much of it, so I'm not sure. It's probably not gonna happen anytime soon, but I do think the deck is pretty good though. I do think Redain is very good. I like this card a lot. Is Book of Exalted Deeds good? Could be good. I'm just kind of genuinely asking. I have no idea. I'm genuinely asking, is Book good? I know that you have Book Mutavault combo. It's also weird to be in on like the 2-card combo in the Yorion deck. I know that you have 2 copies of Thalia's Lancers. You have Search for Glory too. Wait, does this get the... This gets Legendary card, Saga card, or Snow card. So, does get the Book, doesn't get the Mutavaults, but you also have Faceless Haven. Okay, I got it. I see you. Was that the best top deck? I would probably play 4 Wandering Emperor. I think I would never main deck the Emrakul Promised End in this deck. Atomic seems so slow, but maybe having a good 2-drop the tutor against Reclamation is correct, or Lotus Field is correct. Potion of Healing looks to be really bad. Doesn't even make 2 Devotion for Nykthos. Oh, also you should play 4 Nykthos in this deck, in your 80-card deck. Okay, we're on the draw for match number 3 of this league. We're currently 3-1. Am I excited for Pioneer to return? I think so. Esther really likes me playing Pioneer because she says you were always so happy when you played Pioneer, and then and then you said it got bad. So she's happy for the Pioneer return. Have I tried any version of Greasefang? I haven't tried any Esper Greasefang decks yet. I've just been looking at lists. I think that Abzan, Esper, Mardu all seem fine. My inclination is that Esper is probably the best, just because Mending seems to be like the truth, but I'm not sure. Is Tommy good against Lotus for stopping stage? It's up stage and hidden strings, which are two very important cards, obviously. I don't know what my opponent's playing. This is definitely a big part of Pioneer is just not knowing exactly what your opponent's on. Is there also a Blood Sun Lotus Field deck at Pioneer? So I spent some time messing around with that. I ended up becoming kind of like stuck with it where I have an issue with registering the card Blood Sun in a format where one of the best and most powerful decks is Lotus Field combo. You know what I mean? Like, I've got a big problem trying to build the Jeskai Lotus Field deck in Pioneer when, there's a good chance I'm just going to cast Blood Sun on turn 3 and my opponent is going to play their own Lotus Field and kill me. So I don't know. I'm not saying it's not viable, and obviously it's something I'm going to look harder at, but I'm stuck with it. I'm pretty stuck. I do think I went 4 Narsets, but I didn't really get any farther than this because I'm just stuck. Yeah. Destructotron with the 5-pack. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. You've been awesome, dude. I'm gonna buy a house entirely on Destructotron gift subs. Have I thought about Boros Reckoner, Bankbuster, and the Tez deck? No, I haven't. Who runs Field of Ruins? Field of Ruin doesn't hit Lotus Field because Blood Sun turns off the activated ability. Yeah, that card is interesting. I think you could include it. Oh, yes, they are Jeskai Ascendancy. They are, in fact, Ascendancy combo. We may be able to kill them. Yeah, I was thinking that you could maybe do Narset. You could be blue-red Blood Sun Lotus Field with Narset Days Undoing. It probably doesn't cost you that much to splash, though. Looks like they're on Omnath. I think Omnath is banned. Omnath is banned in Pioneer, right? I'm like 60% sure. Does anybody know? It's not banned? Are you kidding? Dude, this is... I should have looked a little closer at the ban list. Did I really not spend any time working on an Omnath deck? It's so embarrassing. Okay, let me go, I think, sack here. And I'm going to sack the food to the Deadly Dispute. These should be pretty dead, right? That seems a lot worse without fetches. Sure, I mean, that card's still, like, pretty strong. I guess, like, the Niv deck probably plays it right, and that's probably, like, a pretty established deck. 4-color Hinata runs 4 Omnath. Yeah, Hinata was, like, a deck I was trying to figure out. I don't know how good or bad that deck is, to be honest. Okay, I'm glad we won game 1, because I'm not necessarily of the opinion that this is a good matchup. I'm kind of down to trim a couple copies of Deadly Dispute, trim 1 cat, 1 oven. Maybe like the 4th synthesizer, just be a little bit leaner, a little bit meaner. Oh. 4th cat, 4th oven, 2 disputes. Oh, didn't mean to trim 2 synthesizers. Yeah, I was thinking about also Magma Opus, Torrential Gear Hulk. It's also true. I think it's a pretty big trap when you're like re-entering a format or like, you know, learning a format for the first time, whatever, to try to build a control deck immediately. I think that this is definitely a trap I've fallen into, like getting back into Pioneer, playing standard formats early. And I think that you want to have like a really firm grasp of what the metagame is like before you start to build control decks. I think I put back a synthesizer. It's kind of close. This is like the mono red version of Anvil. Or do you prefer mono red grid? I think the two decks are pretty different. I do like the modern Anvil deck. I think it's pretty powerful. I'm even considering it for the SCG. I don't know. Like, I really just have, like, no idea what I think the metagame is going to look like. Oh, they have 2 Ascendancies. Oh, no. I have no idea what I feel like the metagame is going to look like for the SCG. I've just been trying to, like, close my eyes and visualize it, and I'm getting kind of stuck. And, we'll see if I end up figuring out what to do. Probably going to die this game. What are the format-defining cards in Pioneer? I don't know that there's necessarily... Oh, the second slow land, of course. I don't think there's necessarily so many format-defining cards, necessarily, as maybe there's format-defining decks, where... At least my impression is that the format is very much defined by blue-white control, Lotus Field combo, Phoenix, Winota... creature-based aggro decks are kind of like lumped together, where you have like spirit variants, you've got spirit variants, guess I'm taking Radiant Flames, not feeling very good about it. Spirit variants, mono black aggro, humans, decks like that. And then you also have like, I don't know how like defining I necessarily would say the mono green devotion deck is, but I definitely been playing against it a lot. When I take Ascendancy, they had 2 Ascendancies when I Thoughtseize them. I only had they just cast it. Okay, we do get to go Anvil, Cat Oven. I think we play the Epicure 2 for max pressure, huh? Living End and 4-color will be popular. Yeah, Living End is, I think, a good read that it will be popular. I do think the 4-color deck will be popular as well. And so, like, maybe I am going to be playing... These have Trample. No Trample. Maybe I will play Mono Black. I think... maybe I'll play a Chalice in the sideboard of the Mono Black deck and just be fine, huh? Is it okay to post a link to the Pioneer website? What's the Pioneer website? I didn't know that there was such a thing. Yeah, I am playing this weekend at the SCG. It's my birthday this weekend, and it's a local tournament to me. I love the new Gen Charm. I think it's going to be very good in Modern. Pioneer website's the subreddit? I don't know. I mean, I don't think you need to post a link to the subreddit. I think people can navigate there if they... need to. I'm going to concede we're pretty dead here. Okay, let's keep this. I think I'm leading on Cauldron Familiar turn 1, and then go turn 2, Oven, Thoughtseize. So it looks good? Okay. If Curb Rose approved, you can post it. You can post it. I just didn't know there was like a dedicated Pioneer website. Thoughts on the Gen Charm in Pioneer? I think it'll be playable in Pioneer, but I also think it is an issue, though, that the 3-color mana bases in Pioneer are kind of... They're doable, but not only are the 2-color mana bases way more consistent, but they're also a lot more powerful. We get to play millions and millions of utility lands. Okay, this is a really tough decision between Sylvan Caryatid and Jeskai Ascendancy, right? I'll take the Ascendancy. So is there a designated birthday stream? It's my birthday. My birthday is Friday this week. I will be probably just doing the stream as normal. It's also my sister's birthday on Friday. Our opponent does have green. They have green. Okay, so we're not attacking, so I'll just leave this here. I am a twin, yeah. We are twins, but it's also my cousin's birthday too. And we're not triplets with our cousin, but we just have the same birthday. No. Dang it, we chose poorly, I guess. I guess we chose poorly, huh? Can deal max damage now on F6. Breezy Day, gives us up. Thank you, thank you. Okay. Might not be dead. I don't know, probably dead. Wheels to get the 8 months, appreciate you. It's so hard for them to like just untap with the cantrip, Sylvan Carry to Ascendancy and not kill me. Could have attacked with Cat. We could have attacked with it, but we get a damage by waiting anyways from the Mayhem Devil, right? The Mayhem Devil deals a damage when you bring it back, so it's the same amount of damage. No spoiler card this set, yeah. I've been snubbed once again. Wheels, again, think with 8 months. Breezy with the gifted sub. No, it's the same amount of damage. You get a damage from just waiting until after you cast the devil or attacking. It's just the exact same. Radiant Flames is fine. So I can go Implement, Sack, deal them 1 down to 4. Epicure down to 3. I'm counting that I can put them to 1 here. I'm counting that I can put them to 1. And I just don't know. Is 1 0? Is 1 less than 0? The damage master. Yeah, I'm sorry. How did I miss lethal? People keep saying that I missed the lethal. I'm not sure that I did. If I attacked with Epicure. Wait, the Keratin wasn't tapped, was it? What was it tapped for? Did it cast the... Oh, just to cast the Ascendancy. Okay. Yeah, okay. Sure. Okay. Listen, they can march. They can march here. It didn't matter, actually. Yeah, of course. Of course. Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, they have march, chat. It's okay. They discarded an expressive iteration. We are dead. I think. I don't know. No, they haven't. No, they pitched the second march. I don't know why I thought it was untapped. Oh boy. How did they discard expressive iteration there? That is so scary. Probably means cruise. Yeah, I think you're right. Why did I use Cat Oven for the kill? I didn't have lethal. They killed my oven in response to me. These are not food tokens. Opponent's playing a Jeskai Ascendancy combo. Very cool deck. Probably pretty underplayed. My first modern event tonight in 3 years. I'm thinking of playing Jund Saga. Do you think it's a good option if I'm expecting a lot of Murktide and Hammer Time? Yeah, I think you're a slight favorite in both matchups, which is like definitely like when you play Jund, you want to be like a slight favorite in most matchups. Like the issue with that with like I think the Jund deck is like has a ton of game against like every single deck in the format, except for Omnath. You're just like pretty bad against that deck. I don't know. Thoughts on Fable, the Mirror Breaker, and Modern Goblins? I think your 3-drop slot's already pretty clogged, and it's like Fable is more of like a generic value card, right? Rather than rather than a good synergistic tribal card. Why not yield all this? Okay, I guess I'll just do this. Sorry, I had the oven up. Thoughts on Fable and Grixis Shadow? I think you almost want to play, like, if you can play like 1 or 2 3-drops in Grixis Shadow. It's not gonna be Fable. It's gonna be probably Kaito or Kolagon's Command. I don't know. Fable of the Mirror Breaker, I think, is like one of the most like the Fable of the Mirror Breaker, and then like the white enchantment that you can channel to flicker a card. Those cards are just both super overhyped in Modern. I think they're like fringe play. Both of them are fringe playable. Both of them are definitely fringe playable, but people are just like crazy hyped for these cards. And okay, 3-2 our first league. People are like really hyped for these cards, and I just think they're so mediocre. They're like just fine, fringe playable, don't go in that many decks. For the most part, I think Seasoned Pyromancer is better than Fable of the Mirror Breaker, but the jury is still out. The jury is still out.